Christ almighty, this desk is a fucking mess. Anyway, welcome back. We are going to be playing the Freeware version of OneShot that I mentioned in the introduction video. I need to clean this desk, Jesus Christ. You know, in hindsight, the can opening I have going on, it makes quite the mess. I've just noticed. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. The Freeware version of OneShot. This was the version of OneShot that was submitted to the Indie Game Maker contest of 2014. The one that had everyone work on the game for like a month or so before hitting the deadline. And thus, the game is so much different, but familiar in the same time if you've played the Steam release. For some, or many I guess, this is actually their first encounter with OneShot in the world of God knows what, and their first encounter with Nico. And it gives me a plausible enough reason to, if you've already seen the Let's Play, you know exactly what ending I picked. And it gives me a reason to explore the other ending that I've not looked into yet, while just seeing how the game evolved from the concept stage, like from this contest, to Steam release. It's kind of blind. I know roughly where the thing is, but that's because of the main Steam game. But changes are quite common, actually. You'll see it when I get to those points. You can see that the game did benefit greatly from the 2-year development cycle that it had. There's a lot more dialogue, there's a lot more areas, and the whole game and the world is just fleshed out, and it's just glorious. So because I've already went through the Steam release, I'm going to be commenting on any kind of changes and noticeable differences between the two versions, the Freeware version and the Steam release. And maybe I'll kind of talk about my own interpretation of the story so far. There's still a lot more to this, which I'll explain later. Thus, if you've not already seen the Steam release version, or if you've not played it yourself, then I'd maybe highly recommend you look or play those first before watching this. I'm gonna go a bit no holds barred here. Oh yeah, and also just to mention, I'd managed to catch myself a cold during work after the original recording of OneShot, so I was still kind of suffering from this during the recording of, what you see now, the Freeware version. So please excuse me for not being so enthusiastic compared to the Steam release. I'm still suffering from it, but it's not as bad. It is. If it would kindly fuck off, that'd be great. Anyway, I'm gonna leave you to it. I hope you enjoy this blind let's play of the Freeware version, and I will catch you soon. Oh, hello. I'm gonna have to use the keyboard first, unfortunately, because it doesn't seem like the controller is gonna work. But that's fine. Same music. I did a discovery where I was doing research in the game and working on the thumbnails. The Casey Goo, also known as Night Margin, they were responsible for the music, the art style, and the writing. They actually have a DeviantArt, which I highly suggest you should look at. I'll put a link into the link to the DeviantArt. They're amazing. They're very talented artists. They are a very talented artist, and I believe you should give them a look and maybe buy the soundtrack, or, you know, find a way to support them. They worked on another game as well called RIP, which I might need to look into. Main character is a rabbit, and they're trying to find their brother or something like that. It reminds me of a character I saw in a comic in Drunk Duck, or the Duck webcomics as it used to be called Death Brigade? Don't know if anyone read that. I knew a friend who was into that comic and the artist many years ago. It just one of those thoughts that I just remember for some reason. Anyway, I'm gonna have to use the keyboard for this, so if you hear any keyboard action, like me pressing the keyboard like in the Lisa playthrough, I do apologise, but the controller doesn't work. So let's see what the difference is between the original release 1.3 and the Steam release, and we'll do another playthrough on the Steam release afterward, because there was an update that hit. I'll explain it in a bit, but then again, if you're watching this playthrough, you should know. So, yeah. Love the background as well. Are you sensitive to flashing lights? I'm not, but I believe my viewer base might be, so just play it safe. Oh wow, this is really RPG Maker. Hello. This is a lot different, just from the first screen. And this was an actual room. Notes. You must guide Nico through the game without quitting. Oh shit, I have to do this entire run, wait, by myself. A whiffer plant sits here, stiff and dry. There's no need to do anything to it. A pair of luminous yellow eyes stares back at Nico. Okay, so I said before, this was made in about a month, and you can see the difference already between the Steam release and this version that was submitted to the contest. Note added. Okay. All the numbers except for 3, 7, 2 and 1 are missing. That's annoying. You can't see the actual numbers. Maybe it's 3721. Three, 7, 2, 1. Okay. Seems like he has a. Oh, okay. So he has a couple of games that might be from other RPG Maker games. He has GIMP. Fucking hell, I tried using that once, I just never liked it. Audacity, he has I don't know what the other things are. You're both far too late. Nothing is left saving. Nothing is worth saving. Surely Nico wants to leave, and there's nobody happier to fulfill that request than me. Keep in mind three things. First, your decisions have permanent consequences. Second, you may quit whenever you like. This is permanent failure and murder. And most importantly, you only have one shot, Jamie. Yeah, RPG Maker 2003. I believe that's off, I believe. That's, Space Funeral? And this game, I believe, is... oh god, what's it called? The Witch's House. Kind of recognise the character. The music's most different here. But these, I don't know. That might be Yumi Nikki for all I know. I think it's using error messages to do the communication, like the entity. Yeah, it's not an RPG, so I don't know why I'm actually doing this. About quitting the game. Quitting the game before you reach the end will kill Nico. You only have one shot. Hello? Anyone? The kitchen seems a bit different as well. Bit of alcohol. Still not in the mood for alcohol. Can't... So... that's... yeah. Appears to be a door with no hinge and no handle. No amount of force can make it budge either. A strange, somewhat circular symbol is carved into the central recess, roughly at eye level. There's no need to do anything with it, so how am I going to light the fireplace then? Could it be lit somehow? Door's locked. So it's the same puzzle, but for some reason I can't take the branch. Oh, okay, now he figures out, oh, I need the branch. That's going to be annoying. How do you get into the inventory? It's I. Oh, okay. So, if we do this, and then the... no, that's the remote you did. Dry branch, and then bottle of alcohol. He does that. He torch it... he de-equips it afterward. The branch is now on fire. The torch is, well, the fireplace is now lit, and now we can get this item, which is the key, so we can get it. So we can get the light bulb. Which is in a smaller, less 2D room. A large light bulb rests on the ground. Nico decides to pick it up. I can't tell if it's the exact same sprite. It does seem like less poly, and I do believe RPG Maker 2003 has less of a sprite size. Like it's 8-bit or something. Or 16-bit. I honestly, don't ask me, I actually don't know. Gotta remember you need to equip things. So if the game's meant to be done in one sitting, oh wow, this is like, that looks a lot smaller. There's no save spots, you can't save automatically, and that you need to do it in one go. Can I make it so he's auto-running? No, I might have to edit this a bit more because he's not auto-running. God damn it. So over here we need to get the... It's not here. I'm sure you've seen this particular bed before, Jamie. Oh, if Nico sleeps here, you can safely take a break from the game without consequences. The game will exit automatically and can be continued later. Don't be alarmed. But now is no time for rest. Okay, I see how it goes. So there is a save function, but it's one time. And there's a robot. It must be like the art assets. The art assets were... No, it's not got the cool kind of... His eyes are glowing throughout the transition. There's a pair of boots here. Oh, the fast... Okay, that's fast travel. Is it? You can pause... You can press any number... Sorry, I'm kind of suffering from a cold here, unfortunately. Even gods can catch colds. You can press any of the number keys to open the fast travel menu. From this menu, Nico will be able to instantly transfer to locations already seen. However, you will be unable to access this menu indoors. That's great and all, but I kinda wish I could move faster. It's okay, it's okay. And there's the profit bot. Ah! That light bulb, you're here? Hello? Welcome to our world, little one. I am most humbled by your presence. Thanks. I'm a little lost. Ah, right, I will explain. May I first ask how you arrived here? I'm not really sure. I see, just how my prophecy foretold. You don't even give him a chance to speak. You're the savior we've been waiting for. You'll be the one to save our world from eternal darkness. Ask me anything you'd like. I'm not actually going to read everything. The traditional name of our god is Jamie. I'm not sure of the origin of his name. Did he say that in the re-release? Being the bringer of our son, you have the ability to communicate with him. How I envy you. Close your eyes and try it. Well, the dialogue is different. Is that your name? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna go with another name. Wow. What is your name then? I think I'll just go with... What? Oh, Oh, okay. Windy. I actually heard someone. This is incredible. Always looked for them for guidance. You've already received more than you realize. I don't mean to be rude, but I'm not sure about this. I still don't know where I am, or who you are, or how I got here. This is too much. I just want to go home. The music doesn't stop like on the Steam release, like he was saying, no, your mission is to save our world. Fuck your parents. Fuck your village. This is your purpose in life now. I'm fairly sure the music stops during that scene. I am unable to offer your help beyond that. Does he mention anything about being tamed? Our world wasn't always as dim, nor was it empty. But time waits for nobody, not even saviors. Within your hands is our new son. Many years ago, our son sat atop that spire and spilled its life onto the land. But one day it ran dry. The surface of this world is abundant with phosphor, an element that stores light. There is most definitely some dialogue changes. It's provided us some illumination, but its energy is finite. When the last of the light fades, the world will die. Look to Wendy for guidance. You have to go right on top of it. Recipe for a simple cleaning solvent. Note: wear hand protection. I find it strange how you get that straight away. That's the 3 rules of AI, of robot. That's the map of the world. Does seem to be different from the actual game. A lot of tiny shrimp swimming in this jar. Oh, okay, so we don't need the iron bar from where the bed is. Things are most definitely different in this. I remember being taught in school about how the water surrounding a forest stretched until the boundaries of space. Of course, now they say it's the Barrens, but I still wonder. What's beyond the void of the sheer cliffs? Is there a whole undiscovered world below us? I don't like thinking about it. Oh, come on, you should be able to walk on. You should be able to walk over that, come on. Oh, you do need a crowbar. Solar batteries restocked. Need extra cash. Start working at the cliffs today. There's an item here. A screwdriver. That's unusual because the screwdriver is at the head mechanic's house. And this doesn't have the giant generator. Another miner fell into the abyss today. That's the third this week. Maybe it's not much of a concern for you, but we need better safety conditions. This is unacceptable. Please tell that girl to hurry the hell up with those robots. We can't afford to lose any more men to easily preventable accidents. Oh, okay. Revolutionary self-charging solar battery. 5-year warranty included. Tight bastards. They were being tight when it came to the re-release. Only 1-year warranty. This is 5. Simply place your self-charging battery into full sunlight to charge it at an incredible rate. No external power needed. No troubleshooting though. And there seems to be another building here. Oh, that's where the bar is. Okay. I mean, this shouldn't take too long for like a playthrough. So we need to find a crusher thing. What the hell is this? A cleaning sponge. What's it doing here? That's a good question, Nico. That is a very good question. Why is there a sponge out in the open? So we need to find the warehouse that has the crusher things. Where the hell is that? That's the dormitories. Which are much different from the original game. Sorry, this is the original game, the Steam release. And what's this? Pair of gloves, a bit heavy. Mining, mineral refinery. Garbage compactor. Specifically designed for heavy-duty crushing of materials. That wasn't in there. I think the map's a smidge different. Where am I now? The cliffs. There's something weird about the robots who get sent to work at the... Oh, is this about them looking better? Yeah, less rusty. I might be a bit lost here because it's most different. Bah, destructive and unsustainable my foot. Folks from the inner city complain about anything if they're bored to death in their nice, comfy homes. Don't they know their city wouldn't be the way it is if it wasn't for his quarry? People seem to forget that the Barrens is a gift, and gifts aren't meant to be just sat here and collect dust. Gifts need to be opened. The Saviour is not coming, and I am afraid of the darkness, and the darkness will only get darker. And darker, taking my leave now of to all I am so sorry.